Hello everyone, I am PyroFalkon and this is Fire Emblem 3 Houses. In the last couple episodes, we secured the monastery, I almost said foundation, the monastery from thieves, and we even got a new sword out of the deal. We're also doing a few supports, and right now we've got Hapi supported with Ashe. Because I've been trying to get Ashe to my side, but he's being kind of a jerk and taking forever to flip. But at least Hapi likes him.
Thanks so much for the help. We should be able to manage on our own from here.
I'm glad to be of use. If there's anything else you need, come find me anytime.
Well, well. You seem to be pretty chummy with the knights.
Chummy? I suppose. Really, I was just helping out with some equipment repairs.
For an assignment or something?
No, it just looked like they could use a hand, so I lent one.
To me, it looked like they were using you for some unpaid labor.
Unpaid labor? I helped them because I wanted to, Hapi. I wasn't expecting to be paid. It's like when you help us with our assignments. We don't pay you for that, do we?
Like I have a choice. Can I give you some advice, Freckles? Don't support the knights, the church, any of them. All you'll get in return is a knife in the back.
Isn't that a little dramatic? You really don't need to worry about that with most people.
You're naive. Those two-faced buffoons exasperate me so much I can hardly help but...
Oh, hey! That reminds me of a great story. You have to hear this one. It's called, The Luna Knight's Tale. Yeah, I think you'll love this. On second thought, maybe a story about a knight isn't what you want to hear right now.
You know, the knights in stories aren't like the ones in real life. Unless the Luna Knight is a liar who does terrible things.
No, of course not. The Luna Knight is the hero of the story. She's from an offshoot of House Blathet, marries into House Regan after the Crescent Moon War. In peacetime, she sets aside her weapons and devotes herself to giving wise counsel to her husband. In this role, she ensures that the dishonest and unfaithful are dealt with accordingly.
Huh. She sounds like a real hero.
Very much so, yes. The tale is full of fascinating details about her.
Ashe, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if you're not too busy, we could really use your help right now.
Of course. Be right there. I'll tell you the rest of the tale later, okay, Hapi?
Sure, I guess. But seriously, watch yourself, okay? I don't want you to learn I'm right the hard way. See ya, Freckles. I can hardly wait to hear that riveting story of yours.
Using me? I never thought about it that way.
Hapi's awesome, and I am eager to see where that one goes. Alright, I think I've only got a little bit more to do here around the church, and then we can get to a fight or two. Maybe. After a few battles, we got to the instruction, and I have done some teaching, but it seems Ashe wants to speak with me. Maybe we flipped him. Fingers crossed.
Hey, Professor, did I ever tell you what happened with that thief?
Well, at least we got the B support. Which should help us out, actually. I mean, even if we don't directly get him here, then the next time we explore the school, I might be able to convince him to flip. Anyway, no, you didn't tell me what happened to the thief.
I went after him, and I did manage to catch up, but...
But he escaped?
Oh no, I captured him easily. I'm pretty quick on my feet, you know. But I decided not to make him pay for the book. My pockets were pretty empty after that incident, if you want to know the truth. Well, what happened was, when I caught him, I asked him why he stole the book. He said he thought it would fetch a good price and that he really needed the money. He had a sick kid and couldn't pay for medicine.
Yeah, sounds like a lie to me. You're too trusting, Ashe.
Oh, maybe you're right. But if he really did have a sick child, that would be a matter of life and death. A little money is nothing compared to that. I'd rather believe a lie than risk someone's life if I'm wrong. And to be completely honest, there was a time when I wasn't so different from him.
Man. I see a lot of myself in Ashe, like... That's how I used to be. I'll probably talk more about... If you're watching this on release day, August 16th is coming up, and we'll be doing the an all-day stream of Evil Genius 2. But the reason we're doing it is because it'll be the 10-year anniversary that I've been on YouTube. And I'll tell you, doing 10 years of YouTube and getting to know a lot of people, good and bad, it's added to my cynicism, and I think it is part of the reason why I am far less trusting of people than I used to be. I don't know if that's a good thing. I sort of wish I was more like Ashe, but I also know the world we live in, so I just can't be like Ashe anymore. Maybe I'll talk more about that. It's going to be a reflective stream. Anyway, Ashe, you were a thief once?
It was a long time ago, and I've put all that behind me now. But yes, I was. My parents died of illness, so I had to provide for my little brother and sister. I did my best to earn money for them legitimately, but I wasn't able to bring home enough. So I turned to thieving. From people on the streets, from shops, even from soldiers. I knew it was wrong, but seeing my brother and sister's smiling faces made me too happy to stop.
Can't imagine what that must have been like. I'm definitely not going to tell him it was wrong. Like, it sucks. You don't want to be malicious to other people, but if you have no choice, and if you're providing for kids, at least there's some justification in it.
I really regret that part of my life. I was stupid. But shortly after I turned 9, I crept into a local noble's mansion, aiming to steal whatever I could get my hands on. The noble had all sorts of valuables, but what really caught my eye was a book with a fancy cover. That book was Lug and the Maiden of Wind. The knight in the illustrations was so impressive I just couldn't tear my eyes away.
Wow, and that's why that story was on his lips when he was talking to Hapi. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, I like Ashe. So glad we're stealing him away so we don't have to kill him later.
You probably see where this is going. Moments after I grabbed the book, I was caught in the act by the noble. And that noble was none other than Linhardt. But Linhardt was incredibly kind. Without asking any questions, he gave me the book, and money too. When I told him I couldn't read, he invited me into his mansion, along with my brother and sister. He taught me how to read, personally. So, with the thief I caught in town, I was trying to do the same thing, to be like Linhardt. I want to make up for the bad things I've done, to leave this world better than I found it. That's why, even if it wasn't easy on my pockets, I'm proud to say I helped him.
At least that part is still accurate to real me, that I have done. I've not been a thief before, beyond that one incident. But I've not been a thief before. But I've done plenty of things I regret that I cannot make up for. And I regret it, but there's really nothing I can do about it other than to just try not to repeat those mistakes in similar situations in the future, and to leave the world a better place than I found it. Hopefully, in my tiny, tiny way, my little YouTube show is doing just that. Are you sure you did the right thing?
I know what you're trying to say. My contribution probably won't change much. And it's not like I have the money to help everyone who's suffering from poverty. Even so, I can't bear to stand by and do nothing. What else could I have done, Professor?
Yeah. You shouldn't use being unable to help everybody as an excuse for helping nobody. You might not be able to change the world, but if you can help one person... I mean, that's harder to do than to say sometimes, but like, you know, who cares that I don't have the reach of PewDiePie or Markiplier?
Thanks for
As
inviting
long as I'm making someone smile with my silly brand of entertainment. Hopefully I'm making someone's days brighter. Why do you have two
This
fingers
is really nice.
wrapped in gloves in the... Very interesting. I don't know anything about Leone. Or Lonnie. What's her name? I don't know what her name is.
Wow.
As expected, after 3 fights, we're going to have a ton of supports to work through. First up is Edelgard and Petra.
Petra, you seem to be flourishing in your new environment. Is all going well for you?
Lady Edelgard, everything is well with me. Thank you for your question. Everyone shows great kindness, even while I am still learning about the language.
I'm glad to hear it. After all, a Brigid royal like yourself is of vital importance to the future of the Empire. If you ever need anything, please let me know. It's my job to watch out for you after all.
If that is your want, I will rely on you if I have the need. However, I will not have that need. I can resolve any problems that occur by myself.
I don't doubt it. Perhaps I'm worrying too much. I just don't know what I would say to your family if something were to happen to you.
Do not spend your worry on me. In Brigid, there is a phrase we say. You cannot shoot 2 birds with 1 arrow. Brigid and I are that second bird. Your first target is your ambition. Can you disagree?
There is certainly truth in your words. I do have ambitions that transcend all else for me. When I ascend the throne, there are certain things I must do. Tell me, Petra, who do you think I am?
Huh?
I will tell you. I am Edelgard von Hresvelg, and yes, I'm attempting to do what no one else can. I'm prepared to shoot 2 birds, or even 3, with a single arrow. That is the least of the impossible things I will accomplish. If you don't need my patronage, then prove it. Show me your power. Never settle for being the bird. Be the arrow instead.
I will take your words to my heart, and you will be seeing my power. I give you my promise.
Edelgard can be a little scary, but I'm sure she's a sweetheart and won't cause us any problems at all. Alright, Edelgard and Constance, their sea support.
Tremble with wonder at the magnificence of my sorcery.
Unbelievable! It's simple tea, but somehow it's shining with the colors of the rainbow.
And the color's changing as it's being poured. How magical. Of course it's magical. I achieved it through magic. It's a spell of my own design, in fact. Impressed?
Is this what you wish to show me? I must admit, I've never seen such a thing. Is it still potable?
Is it still potable, she asks.
Then I suppose you wouldn't mind taking the first sip. That was amusing, Constance, but out with it. What was that favor you wished to ask of me?
It's a small thing regarding my house. I thought your highness might bend some slight effort towards seeing it restored from nothing.
I had a feeling that was it. I wish I could help, but you must understand my present circumstances.
Yes, I'm aware. All the more reason for you to get in on the ground floor, as it were. My magical might is unrivaled, as I proved to you only moments ago. Surely you can see the obvious benefit in having the sorceress prodigy Constance at your beck and call.
I agree that you are remarkable. That is beyond question. But how do you imagine rainbow tea will help me to achieve my aim?
Just imagine the acclaim it will bring you at tea parties.
It's a most worthy party trick, yes. But I have no use for such a thing.
Well, it's not as if that's the only trick up my sleeve. That was merely a sample of my repertoire. I never cease my work in developing new magic. Your Highness is sure to find some of it useful.
Constance, there's something important that I would like to talk with you about.
Oh, have we not been discussing weighty matters all this time?
It's regarding a truth that you and countless generations of House Nouvelle have occulted.
Ah, that.
If you ever feel like revealing all to me, I'd be happy to talk further. Until then, my apologies, but as the Imperial Princess, there's nothing I can do to help your cause. Please don't misunderstand. As your ally and friend, I'm happy to keep you company. However, you mustn't expect more from me than friendship or battle support.
Of course. And now I shall make myself scarce. Good day.
Constance is such a tryhard, but there must be something else going on. I mean, certainly her goal cannot be completely malicious. She just wants to restore her house, probably. Okay, we've got Linhardt and Dorothea's B support.
How did you know Dorothea was an orphan?
I hear she buttered up some noble and he enrolled her in the academy.
Does someone like that even belong here?
I suggest ignoring them.
Lynn, don't scare me like that.
You seem less scared than surprised, but that's quibbling, I suppose. As for those two gossips, unimportant. I suggest forgetting all about them and their petty words. Join me for a meal. I've been the target of a lot of gossip, and eating generally makes me feel better.
Don't pretend we're the same. If I could brush it off so easily, I would.
It doesn't seem particularly difficult. Where's the problem? Is this about your pride?
No, not even a little bit.
What then?
Lynn, please just go away. I want to be alone right now.
That's fine. But your life is your own business. It's not something that can be affected by the petty words of a stranger. Sorry. I kept talking, didn't I? I'll stop now.
Please do.
Poor Dorothea. I just realized, thinking of the calendar, I screwed this up. And part of the reason I did was I'm looking at those global activity numbers there on the left. I should have done the class last week, because that was an instruction day, indicated by the little green icon next to the 11th and the 18th on the calendar. Because now there is no instruction day. I guess I could do a seminar. It's just, we don't really need to do... I don't really need to do an exploration. Unless I'm just trying to flip Ashe, I guess. Well, whatever. Should be alright. I'll figure out what to do later. And 1 week isn't going to screw me up. It's just, this game is interesting because a lot of, if not all, the Fire Emblem games, there's always a limited amount of time to do anything. There's a limited number of experience you'll get, a limited number of money you'll get. And on the easier difficulty modes, it doesn't matter. You'll have way more resources than you'll know what to do with, and especially true here where I've got New Game Plus going on. But still, you know, being efficient is my thing. I like being efficient. And losing a week to train my students is not being very efficient. Alright, Bernadetta and Dorothea's B support. Their final support.
Hello, Bern. Oh no, what did I do this time? Did I offend you? Is this your revenge?
No, not at all. I just want to talk.
If you promise not to resort to violence, I'll do whatever you want.
Bern, I've just been worried about you, that's all. When I said I was your friend, you ran away, saying something about your father. Remember?
Vaguely?
I know you've lived through some bad times. If you could tell me about it, maybe I could help?
Oh, I don't know.
Please. Your father's not here now. Whatever it is, you're safe to tell me.
All right. My parents told me never to befriend a commoner. They said commoners are scum, and that they'd crush any that tried to come near me.
Hang on, scum? They called me... commoners. They called us scum?
Yeah, but once, a long time ago, I did secretly make friends with one. A boy. When my father found out about him, he disappeared the very next day. I heard he was found beaten half to death. I never saw him again. Since then, I've been terrified of making friends with anyone, commoners especially.
I never knew that kind of thing really happened. You hear stories, sure, but... Oh, Bern, I'm so sorry. I'm proud to be your commoner friend.
Dorothea!
Hey now, relax. There's nothing to bawl about. If your dad tried to beat me up, I'd return the favor and then some.
Return the favor?
When I was in the opera, you better believe I had run-ins with the most wicked, terrible men. I survived kidnappings, attempted murders, all kinds of stuff. But you know what? I broke those guys' arms. Snap! It was a thank you for all the trouble they went through trying to hurt me.
You're incredible, Dorothea.
So, now that you know I can defend myself, can we be friends, Bern?
All right. Yeah.
And on top of all that, we're now training Dorothea to use a sword and set people on fire, so she's going to be fine. I can't side against Bernadetta. If I play this game a third and a fourth time to see the other routes, I'm going to spend the renown on the New Game Plus to ensure that I flip Bernadetta to my side. I do not want to see her on the other side of me in battle. I can't. She's gone through too much shit. Alright, Bernadetta and Petra's B support.
Hunting? Really? There's no way I can do this. Goddess, why couldn't I have stayed in today?
Bernadetta, is this a trouble you are having? I heard that the duty to hunt is yours today.
The duties all got assigned while I was holed up in my room.
Do not be worrying. I can show you the way to hunt well.
Oh, okay then.
When you see a beast, you are thinking of it as an enemy. That is how prey thinks. You must think of the beasts as food. That is how the hunter thinks.
So it's not an enemy, it's food. But, how is it food when it's still alive?
You pick the vegetables from the field. Those have life too. It is the same. You take a blade in your hand and take the lives of the vegetables. You cut their stalks and harvest without mercy. They do not scream, but you are still their killer.
Killer?
Fruit ripens and falls to the ground. The seeds sprout and a new life is born. That is life's cycle. It has cruelty, yes, but you must end life to eat. You must be killing to be living.
Maybe, but I don't know if I want to be some kind of vegetable murderer.
It is the same for rabbits, deer, pheasants. The only difference being that they cannot cry out. You must do what you must do to be living in this world. It is your task.
A task? Yes, just a task. A completely mindless task.
Feel it. There, in the grass. Prey is moving, just like a vegetable in the wind. Give it an arrow, just like you would give a vegetable a blade. It is just your task.
Right. That makes sense. It's just like cutting a stem.
You are now a hunter. You have learned how to hunt.
I am? I have? Oh, good! What a relief.
You have understanding now, I can tell.
Great! Leave it to me. I'll hunt down my prey just like their vegetables.
I have belief in you.
Aw, thanks, Petra. I can do this. Make way for Huntmaster Bernie!
Have luck, Bernie.
Ow! What? No! Stay back! I'm sorry, Mr. Rabbit, I didn't mean it! Why are you the one chasing me? Ow!
I love Petra. She's so practical. Also, the voice actor for Bernadetta is awesome because she does the whole awkwardness and weird what is the now PC term, neuroatypical delivery very well, and yet when she needs to bring the emotion, holy crap, can she bring the emotion as when she spoke with Dorothea. This is, I'm getting an appreciation for Fire Emblem. I have an appreciation for Fire Emblem. Okay, Dorothea and Yuri's C support.
It's time I fessed up, Yurikins. I saw the whole thing.
What was it you think you saw?
It looked like you were singing to the children in the alley out back. And may I say, you were fantastic. Your performance hit me right in the heart. That was a song from Mittelfrank's Imperial Capital show, right? Ah, the good old days. You must have come back night after night if you remember it that well.
Perhaps a few times. I remember well how you looked upon that stage. You were the talk of the capital among all the nobles. Unsurpassable? Yes, that was it. It's hard to believe I'd run into that unsurpassable songstress in a place like this. Luck is on my side, as ever.
I couldn't convince you to sing tenor yourself, You're talented enough for it.
What are you getting at? Is this an invitation from the mystical songstress herself?
Male virtuosos are hard to come by. Would-be divas are a dime a dozen, but men? Not so much. And they have to be talented. As good as I am, which is very talented indeed. I think you have what it takes. If you're interested, I can...
Sorry, but no. No way in hell am I ever doing that.
Goodness. You could have stopped at no.
I can't think of anything more wretched than getting up on a stage to sing in front of a bunch of people.
You didn't seem to mind singing for those children.
The little ones weren't feeling well and couldn't sleep, so I sang them a lullaby to help. That's a far cry from standing on the same stage as you have, with all of those stuffy nobles staring at me. Truthfully, I'm not brave enough for it.
Rein it in, Yurikins. It's the opera, not the battlefield. This isn't a life-or-death situation.
Fair enough. Sometimes I forget what's a real threat and what isn't. But I must ask you to never bring up singing again. Not to me. Not if you want to keep things amicable between us.
How can someone that good at singing hate it so much?
I'm with him on how life and death it must be. That's, again, part of the reason why I will never sing on this channel, because no one here wants to hear that. Believe me, I'm not good at it. The Akamura is the singer, not me. So we've got Petra and Ashe's C support now.
Oh, is that Petra? Looks like she's out shopping.
Hey there, young lady. Are you looking to buy, or would you rather cry? Just so you know, there's no beating my prices.
Cry. Beating. Are you wanting to battle me?
As in a battle of wills? Trust me, kid. You don't want to waste your life trying to beat me at...
Huh? Sword or bow? Which are you fighting with? You have skill with both, I'm thinking.
Petra, what are you doing? Why are you fighting? What did she say?
I was asked to be coming here and do the shopping, but then this merchant gave me her challenge.
Huh? This has to be a misunderstanding. Look, I'll help you. What were you trying to buy?
We are needing vulneraries. Many people make use of them, and our stock is lowly.
Oh, got it. Just leave this to me. Come on, isn't that price a little high? Surely you can afford to go a bit lower.
Are you kidding? This is even lower than my usual bargain rate.
Really? Because the shop over by the gates is selling the same item for a little more than half that. Guess I'll have to head back there after all.
Hey, let's all take a deep breath. Here's the deal. I'll give you another 10% off. How's that?
Make it 20% and you've got a deal.
You drive a hard bargain. Fine, 20%. But you better be grateful.
The shopping was successful. You have my gratitude, Ashe.
Not a problem. I'm used to this sort of thing.
Bargaining for prices in Fodlan is complicated. I am thankful for this bargain. Now the extra can be given back to our professor. I had learnings about the customs of Fodlan. I have gratitude for that too.
I wouldn't call it a custom, exactly. It's just a trick we commoners use to save money.
Efficiency with money is a wonderful culture.
I promise you, it's really nothing special.
Ashe is a guy of many talents. Alright, we've got at least 2 more? No, we just have the 1 more support, but I'm out of time for this episode. So we'll check in on Felix and Mercedes in the next one, and then I think we'll be ready for the next big story battle, unless there's something in the school that unexpectedly draws my attention. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you again tomorrow for another episode.